Welcome to Our Girl Relationships. On this channel, we discuss day-to-day problems people face in their lives. Let's start with the video. I'm 39 male, have been married to my wife 36 female for 15 years. I also have a son 13. My family consists of mom 58, dad 62, sister 30, and younger brother 22. Last year, I found my wife crying in our bedroom. I consoled her and she told me she's pregnant. I was elated and explained to her that's a great news. The color of her face changed and she told me it was and left the room. It was weird. During that time, I also found out about excessive time spent on the phone. I took care of her alone, did the cooking and cleaning alone because COVID situation was high, so no one could come in here. She gave birth to a healthy baby girl, just like her mother, adorable. Fast forward to last month and this month. My brother used to frequently visit us, which I thought was fine until it got every day, but hey, he's my baby brother. This month, we went to our parents to stay there for 2 weeks. I saw my wife getting awkwardly close to my brother. I was the primary breadwinner of both families. My father owned a few shops which were under my direct control. I'm an investment banker, and apart from this, we also have several houses that we rented out. So I stayed busy most of the time, but whenever I came home, I saw my wife and brother spending time together, which was weird considering she was close to my sister before. I also saw my sister spending more time with me. I get the sense something was up and my sister wants to tell me something. I ask her several times, but she assures me everything's all right. Last week, my father asked me to spend some time with him fishing, just me and him. I agreed, during which he tells me stories about fish and how he spent time with his father here. He goes on to praise me for how good of a son I am and how he's proud of me. I sense there is a bigger picture here. He also tells me he's disappointed in my brother because he has no goals set. He doesn't work, does pot, smokes, and has an alcohol addiction. My father wasn't very close to my younger brother, but my mom was. When we were leaving, he tells me he has to go somewhere, giving me the fishing kit and a small paper, and leaves me, telling I should open the paper after he's left. When I open the paper, my entire world turns upside down. It was a DNA test. I'm not the father to my daughter. I rushed to my home, family home, everyone was there, and confronted my wife and brother. They both accepted and apologized to me, telling me it was a mistake. I further find out it has been going on for over a year and they both love each other. Wife consoles me, saying that she can't change what happened and she will always be sorry for me. I'm a perfect husband, father, son, but I couldn't be a good lover because I spend excessive time outside. Mind you, people, I take her to vacation twice a year, date nights once or twice a month. We get intimate twice or thrice a week. Always asked if she was all right. She could have told me once. She could have talked. My sister chimes in and tells me she knew and she couldn't bring herself to tell me. Hearing of the commotion, my mom comes with a baby. She explains to me that she can't change the outcome. My wife and brother already have a baby together. My son grew attached to it. I should accept it and move on. I was the older brother and I should forgive them. I called her out and told her how my own family betrayed me like that. I told her I don't need a wife for whom I have to compete with other men, despite her being my wife. Told her she will get the divorce papers and told my backstabbing brother that I always stood up for him and now he's the one to backstab me, and left this place. My phone was blowing up. My father told me he's with me, but he can't say anything openly due to my mother. He tells me he's sorry for being a bad father. Also told me my mom knew about the affair, she just didn't speak about him. I told him I don't care. I don't need a family that stabs me in the back, and he can gladly cut me off from the family after divorce. I haven't told her family yet. My soon-to-be ex-wife calls me every day 100 times, texts me, and my son misses me. My brother hasn't reached out to me yet. My sister apologized to me, telling me she should have, but she couldn't be a good sister and that I'm the role model for her. She's always proud to have me. I haven't replied to them at all. My mother called me to tell me we all make mistakes and we can be a family again if I decide to forgive. She hinted that my children need a father figure, and if I can't be there, there's my brother to take care of my family. Told me the court won't give me custody, and if she stands up for them, things might go wrong for me. That infuriated me and I blocked her. Haven't talked to any of them for the past 2 days. Divorce can be expensive here, but it is what it is. I haven't told anyone about this, haven't slept well, can't eat anything. I feel like I've lost my reason to live. In just a week, I've lost everything. My family, my wife and kids, my dignity, everything. I feel like dying because there's no purpose to my life, at least now. Edit. I talked to a lawyer. I just have to file right now. Lawyer says I'd have to pay spousal support. Getting primary custody will be hard. About the establishment of a parent from my daughter, I love her, even though she's not my daughter. It will take a long time to get it finalized. Divorce here is expensive. I'm looking at around $900 a month as spousal support for her and daughter, 50-50 custody of my son and half the asset. I also noticed I wrote a DNA test. Sorry, it was a paternity test of my daughter and brother. It confirmed 99%. Yes, my brother was 7 when me and my wife got pregnant. I know, it's a disgusting fact. If you're financially comfortable enough to follow your passions and or travel to take your mind off of things, I'd highly recommend. Take your son for sure. Just live life. Time goes on no matter what you do, so do what you enjoy and associate only with people you love. Blood lineage does not define family as you've experienced. So if you just get rid of them, then let it be. I would personally be on a plane right now to an island or Tokyo. I've always wanted to visit Tokyo. As for my son, he's with them because I'm worried about my own. I do want to cut off everyone, but it isn't easy. The memories, good times, bonds are just too much. You have a son, and that's reason enough. Your wife and brother aren't worth it. This is when you show your son how to stand up for what is right, which your father didn't. Your mom can raise your niece with your useless brother and ex-wife. You sure as hell can fight for your son, and being 13, they will ask him who he wants to be with. Take a few days to come to grips with these life changes and make a plan to get control of the situation. Your wife cheated, she's already in the wrong. Your mom is a witch and your dad is afraid of her. Hell, you, your dad and son should leave them behind and go enjoy life. You need to get paternity de-established ASAP. You needed a lawyer yesterday. I would make a point of never contacting anyone in your family ever again. I would not even bother going to their funerals to spit on their graves. The only exception I would make would be your dad. He at least seems to be trying to do the right thing under controlling circumstances. Obviously, your son is another exception, but yeah, your mother, wife, brother, sister, etc. are dead to you. I would even look at suing your brother for all the money you spent this far on a kid that isn't even yours. I already talked to a lawyer. I still haven't made the final decision yet. It's a huge step, and ending something within a few days after being together for a decade doesn't seem right. I want to get closure. I want to see things out. I'll divorce her, of course, but I'm not sure. I want to talk to her and get the whole truth. Update. This is a small update to my situation. I thought things would be better with time, but it instead turned worse. To anyone wondering, see my earlier post. I left the house after finding out and got my finances in order, met lawyers and started divorce proceedings. I got the papers this Friday. Wife came over, we had a talk. She told me she doesn't want a divorce for our son. She apologizes and acknowledges her fault. I tell her I want a divorce regardless and give her the papers. She had the audacity to initiate intercourse, like, oh, I was gonna give in. I told her to leave after that. This Saturday, my sister, who lives in Netherlands, came here for vacation. Left early after this crap show, verbally destroying my wife and mother. She called me and we had a talk. She apologized on her part. She was put in a conflicted position as mom begged her not to tell me. She told me mom was worried about my health and how I would react. Also that my younger brother coerced mom into doing this. Things got a lot clearer after that, but regardless, it doesn't make me feel any better. Many of you knocked me saying this is fake. I hope it was. You can choose to believe it actually happened, and my life is a mess right now. In where I can't do anything. It's breaking apart. Everything that I held dear, or ignore it, whatever. I also met my son, spending the day with him on Saturday, taking him to a gaming zone that's really popular in here. I told him what I planned. He tells me he knows. My mom weeps every day. His mom, my wife, she's just lost. She doesn't know what to do, conflicted. I found out later another reason. My younger brother just smokes pot and drinks alcohol. Doesn't take up his responsibilities. Sister and I already agreed we're taking our names off the family and we do not want any of the inheritance. I'm going to cut myself from the family, move to a different country. My sister already told me she can help if I choose to move to the Netherlands. That might be my destination now after a year of divorce. It isn't easy. Days are long and hard, especially when you think about the incident. I've lost count of how many times I've threw up. My blood pressure is tremendously low as well as my sugar levels. Yesterday afternoon, my father called and told me mom's in the hospital. She suffered a bad stroke and collapsed on the table during lunch. Her condition isn't very great. Dad told me she wants to meet him and the doctor told us to pray. Her condition isn't good enough to get her discharged. Wife is handling everything for now. My brother is just visiting for a few hours and leaving. My newborn daughter is with wife in the hospital along with my son and dad. Dad told me this might be it. He wants me to visit it. I've told my sister. She's conflicted about it. I'm being honest. Part of me wants to visit her, but the majority part doesn't. She's my mother no matter what, but she chose to betray me. She chose to hurt me. She chose to support my wife instead of me. It wasn't the cheating that was bothering me. It wasn't that my wife slept with my brother and chose him over me. It was all the betrayals that my family did. It was all that everyone knew and no one chose to tell me. It was that my own mother prioritized her other son and threatened to cut me off from the family. Now suddenly she's in the hospital and she wants to meet me. I'm not at all doing great or happy regarding this. I think of suicide every day. Therapists suck. They don't do anything else other than vent or actually help you. They're a waste of money. Many of my relatives visited my mom in the hospital. Word of my wife's affair got out to a few close relatives. My favorite uncle absolutely destroyed her right in the hospital by calling her and my brother the most vile things. Dad told me this. It took my teenage son to get my uncle into senses and regain calmness. It's entirely a crap show. I've talked to a few friends. They're advising me to divorce, move on, shift to another country, and settle down with someone else. I don't know anything. I don't have any plans right now. I just can't. I can't plan anything. I've talked to my lawyer too. He told me I can get my share of inheritance if my mother didn't create a will. I can't get it if I resign my inheritance or if she cuts me off. Nothing of that sort happened. I don't have any interest in inheritance, money, or family. I just want my son so I can escape this godforsaken family and just be sane. As for paternity, it's going to be tougher than divorce itself. Cheating isn't a deal breaker or a trump card in most countries, but being a stay-at-home mom is, and it can destroy you in many ways. However, if I can leave my inheritance share, it might give me an upper hand and I might not have to pay spousal support. But it all depends on mutual agreement. I found out I can also lodge a complaint in my country against an affair partner, which in this case is my brother. As my son is a minor, I can also get a restraining order against my wife and my brother for my son because the use of alcohol, drugs is frowned upon in my country. So I do have some hope, but currently I'm torn between my mother's condition. I can't believe what 3 weeks can do to you. It honestly is the lowest point of my life. The only thing that's holding me back is my son. Yikes, I'm sorry that things spiraled so far out of hand for you, but it looks like you're handling things pretty well, all things considered. You're honestly making pretty rational decisions, better than I would be if I was in your shoes. Getting your affairs in order is really all you can do at this point, and I'm sorry your family members are being such crappy people. Initiating and completing the divorce and putting some distance between you and your family is the best decision to make. I'm so sorry that your situation is deteriorating even further. At least you now know more about your sister's side of things, and she is staunchly on your side. I'm glad you're resolved on divorce. I hope that works out well for you, and you're able to secure custody of your son. He must be so confused. Spend as much time with him as possible. Can you get your inheritance transferred to your son? If not, I think your idea of using it as child support payments for your niece is a good idea. Of course, it would be best if you could disapprove paternity altogether. Change your therapist. Not all of them are good, and it can take the right to find one you click with. Don't drink too much. It only helps for a short time, and your son needs you to be healthy. I really hope your next update is more positive. I think I don't know if I can cut off contact with my wife and daughter. I know she isn't mine, but I can't shake the feeling of that. Thank you for this positive response. I cannot express how sorry I am for you. Only advice I would offer is to leave the majority of this mess in the hands of your lawyer. Only worry about the things you can control and take care of your son. Distance yourself from this mess for your own mental health. Do something that you like. Fish, travel, sports. Don't do drugs or alcohol. That will just spiral down. It will get better, trust me. Alcohol is the only thing keeping me somewhat alive, and my son is the only thing keeping me sane. Buddy, when you found out the life you built was a lie and is getting destroyed while you watch, it hurts like hell. Next story. My father and I went back. He raised me alone since I was 10, along with a younger daughter and my brother who moved out as soon as we were 18, 5 years older than I. My mom was never in the picture. They divorced when I was 10 and she was a bum. I don't know where she's at, if she's living or dead. Anywho, my dad and I had grown close, and when I turned 19, I moved out. He was extremely unhappy with the decision. He called me an idiot the day I moved out. Time went on, we reconciled. We'd grown close. I moved in with my brother, and in June of this year, I moved to Tennessee with my boyfriend. Before that, we lived in Kentucky. We had been dating for over a year, and he graduated, and he had plans of moving. We both work full-time, and I'm in school online about to graduate. The situation. My boyfriend and I are buying a charter bus to convert it to a home so in 5 to 10 years we can travel with it and potentially live in it. We're financially stable and make a fair living. I called my dad to tell him the news. He flipped, and that's when I realized it's always been like this. My little sister cut off contact with him when she was 18. I kinda understand why. I told him that I felt I was being disrespected, and he told me, boo hoo, you guys are foolish anyways. I don't get it. I can't make my own big girl decisions without him blowing up. I'm really thinking of going to text, but that means I have no family other than my boyfriend. I will say his family has been nothing but supportive, and with the past boys I've dated, he's an angel. Not sure what to do, but I've been crying. I actually know several people that live in a modified bus and vans, traveling around the country. It is more common today. Maybe show your dad some of the YouTube videos of that kind of lifestyle. Maybe get him to help in your conversion, just an idea. Thank you, you're right. My boyfriend's grandpa reacted the same way, not as harsh. I guess it's an age thing. I'm much older than your dad. I was just going to do what you are and your boyfriend are doing. It seems like such a great way to see the country. Not necessarily an age thing, but it is a change in lifestyles. When I was your age, people worked to get a house, roof over your head, children, white picket fence, etc. Times change. People need to be flexible. You're looking to not be stuck in one location, travel more around. Like I said, I know many people that do just what you're doing. They're young and old. Really, show your dad the YouTube videos of people that live like that. I bet he would like to be a part of your life, even if it was just to help build out your bus. Your dad's approach is rough, and it's hard for him to admit that he loves you, but it's obvious that he does. Tell him that his approach is turning you off to the point of no contact. Your boyfriend's family is his family. Sorry to say, but if you break up, they go away. Sorry. Try to maintain a relationship with your blood relatives, especially since there are so few of them. Good luck to you.